Well, all right now. Welcome back to the channel there, everybody. We're back here making some wood, selling some wood. I have been selling really an unbelievable amount of wood already for it being August. I've never sold this much wood this early. The phone calls are coming in like crazy, and it's really, it's so much that I can't even do it all. I gotta be honest with you. I have a book of 100 and over 150 or so customers. Don't quote me on that. So I have a book of existing business that's all going to need wood, and I got all these new people calling me wanting wood. And to be honest, everything that I have is going to be sold anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. It's neither here nor there whether I sell it or not. So I'm passing up on a lot of these orders. I mean, if I had the wood and I could go do it all and I had the time and everything, I could be selling all kinds of wood. But I'm getting all kinds. If I get some crazy order, you know, and it's too far away or whatever, or you know, I just don't even respond, or I just tell them I can't do it. So I'm missing out on a lot of sales just because, I mean, like I said, I'm going to sell everything I have, whether or not I take it or not. And to get started this early in August already, I mean, it's not even October yet, and that's when things really get going. So anyways, that's going on. I got an order today I agreed to do. I go ahead and make the money, you know. I gotta make the money and pay the bills and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of work. So I'm going to go ahead, that's what we're doing right now. We're going to fill the truck up. I got an order to do, and we're going to get filled up here, and then I think we're going to buck some wood here. I got a few logs that the tree service put right in front of my pile on the other side, and there's some bigger logs, and it's kind of jammed in there funny. The only way to do it sometimes is just to get your saw dirty and get to work on it. I mean, if you just start cutting away, it seems to, you can alleviate the mess faster than you realize. So that's what I'm going to try to do, is cut some of that wood out of the way and roll it down here, and do a little splitting and stacking here and try to move some of that wood out of my way, because it's on the other side of this pile right along, and the weeds are growing up all in it, and it's 4 feet of weeds. It's really thick. I've already weed whacked out here once, and it's worse than it was before now. So not real happy about that. This is some really thick weeds. They're almost too thick to weed whack. It breaks off the plastic weed whacking wire, whatever the heck you want to call it. It breaks it up and it tangles it up, and it's so thick it won't even cut through it. So anyways, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to get loaded up here. Here we go. All right, everybody, I got that rick of wood loaded up, so let me drive around over here and take a look at this wood pile, and let's buck some wood. All right, everybody, we've moved around to the other side here, and this is that little pile of crap here that they've left for me to buck up, and I want to get this shit out of the way. I thought this was white oak. I think that's actually pecan wood. Pecan or almond. I think it's pecan is what that is. A nice little piece of that pecan. and we got some mulberry, and I think 2 pieces of maple, and then there's a bunch of oak over there. These right here are really what I want to get out of the way, and I don't know if you can tell how tall those weeds are over here that have gotten in around my wood pile, but they're, you know, they're up to here. So anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and dig into this stuff and try to buck it up, and I'll probably roll it down the way here. Now it's starting to rain, so I'm gonna put the camera away, but let me get to work on this wood. All right, now everybody, I got that wood bucked up, some mulberry there. You can see it's quite a bit of wood. That's probably almost a cord of wood out of those few logs I got going there. So I got quite a big mess. I need to move it all down here to where my splitter is, and that's a lot of work because I wanted to pile it up right there. So I'm gonna have to I think I should roll it all to this area right over here and kind of stage it, and then I can worry about noodling it down or what have you. I didn't record all that cutting because it did start to rain a little bit. Didn't want my camera to get rained on. Y'all have seen the cutting before, so it's, you know, not a big deal. I was just gonna put it on a high speed anyways. I had to use my cant hook and kind of roll it down out of there a little bit. But that's what I got here. I got that nice almond wood and some mulberry and some maple, and that maple is some dry burning wood. It'll be ready to go. Probably a dead standing tree. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I think I'm just gonna kind of roll it down there a little bit and get it at least where that patch of weeds is. Maybe I can flatten those weeds down and kind of just stage it in that area, get it ready to split. But it's gonna have to be noodled down as well because I don't think I can lift it all. So that's the dilemma I'm in now. I'm gonna get going. I'll check in with you here in a little bit. All right, everybody, I'm gonna head out of here. It is really humid, and we're getting ready to get some rain. It's coming in. I can see it on the radar. So I've done enough for today. I split a bunch of that maple and mulberry. It's on top of some oak here, but all of that kind of over in there is what I split. And I moved this over here and got it noodled down and staged up. Got a bunch of wood over here staged up and ready to go. Some big rounds. It's gonna have to be noodled down and messed with properly. But there's my load, and I needed this railroad tie for some landscaping. There was a whole pile of them out here, but they're gone now. I wish I would have gotten more, but too bad. I waited too long and they cleaned it all up. There was also a really nice piece of aluminum siding or aluminum roofing, whatever it is, and I was gonna use that for a snow and rain cover, and it got scooped up too. It is somewhere in all of that trash over there. So it's gone, but not a big deal. I can just use some plastic or nothing at all because this wood is selling so fast. That's about 15 ricks of wood there, so that'll be gone really fast. So that's it for today, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I got a lot of wood to split, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one. If anybody knows what these things are, put it in the comments. It's growing on a plant with thorns on it, and I've never seen those. They look like some little tomatoes, but that does, well, maybe that is a tomato. No, I'm sorry. It has thorns on it. That looks like a tomato plant, but it has thorns. You can see those thorns right there. So I'm not sure what kind of tomato that would be with thorns on it. But the leaves kind of look like tomatoes, and those look like tomatoes. Kind of a weird deal. Might want to take that home. It's a mutant species. How do you get comfortable? You just get in here. Oh.